Ну что ж, друзья, мы продолжаем второй день конференции AI.
Well, friends, we continue day 2 of AI Journey 2023. Our journey into the world of artificial intelligence is becoming more and more interesting. Experts in AI have already discovered its many applications for their business needs, and in connection with this, I have a question for you, people in the audience and online. Do you think you can implement AI technology across all domains in life? To share your opinion, please scan the QR code on the screen and participate in the poll. If you think that AI is going to be used ubiquitously across all industries, option 1 is for you. If not, select option 2. And if once again you need to consult with your AI, please select option 3. People are already submitting their answers, and the initial results are a bit already participated in the poll. So let's have a look at the results. Very interesting. Marginal differences between the answers. Option 1 is now leading, but still 14% of respondents, a bit less at this point, do think that they first need to ask AI for advice. By the way, you can ask this question to GigaChat. It's interesting what kind of an answer it might give. 500 respondents, and over that short period of time, we have got our results. The yes answer is the leading answer, and I think that's great news. Application of AI in all areas of our life will, I think, make it more interesting and more productive. I am already using several neural networks in my work, and I don't want to go back to the time where it would take me days or weeks to perform a task, the task that I can now perform in minutes, thanks to AI. AI is now widely used in transport for smart control mechanisms, for traffic monitoring systems, and driverless cars, of course, a big topic. The next step would be using AI in a more traditional mode of transport in railways. Please welcome Deputy CEO of Russian Railways, Evgeny Charkin. AI in Russian railways, the main approaches to implementation. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Let's continue the journey into the world of AI. This time, we are going to travel by train. The railway industry is an industry that has been exploring AI applications. A brief disclaimer, maybe not too clear to those who are not specialists in railway transportation, just to explain how we're using AI. Same as in all other domains, we have adopted a systemic approach to AI application. We have a concept of AI implementation. We have the document that has formalized it, and that is good. But we also have this agreement inside the company about the priority areas of AI implementation. What are the expected effects, which is of critical importance, because with all the projects that we execute in digital technology, are executed factoring in the effects. This is very important for our strategic planning. Of course, we take into account the financial model. Digitization is crucial for general corporate effects. What are the risks? The technology, as has been said, is new and emerging, and very often lots of risks are associated with this. We have identified 4 main risk categories. Organizational risks, of course. Where are we implementing? What is the effect that we expect? How do we provide organizational support? What organizational changes it necessitates? Technological risks, another big category. We take this very seriously, and our risk management system, to a large extent, has been based on this blockchain technology, which has passed its high point, but in our case, this is a very helpful tool. So technological risks, very important category. Information and rather regulatory risks. Implementing AI very often involves a lot of regulatory risks, normative risks, and in this regard, it's very important to keep close ties with ministries and other agencies. For example, with the project on driverless trucks. This is a good example where collaboration with federal executive agencies has helped us to remove the barriers to this technology implementation. And of course, the HR challenges and HR risks. At the Russian Railways company where I work, we have 700,000 employees. There are holdings. In our holding, we have more than 1 million people working in it, so this is a very big risk for us. Last year, we received this great tool from the government in creating high-quality, independent information services. The Industrial Competency Center, created based on the government decree. So we, in our turn, we have done this great exercise where we reconsidered the projects we are already executing. 8 projects were selected for the first wave, projects of critical importance. For example, the project for selling tickets, modeling flows, various maintenance projects, infrastructure management projects. So roughly projects that are of critical importance for us in our processes. And we have done this work to analyze which processes, which projects necessitate AI. Importantly, we should not just be working productively and constructively within our own industries. We are already able to do that. We also need to exchange expertise with our colleagues. I hope that our innovations in predictive models, for example, models that help us predict the behavior of locomotives, I think that kind of expertise would be useful for other segments in machine building, in other transportation segments. Same goes for infrastructure diagnostics, a very important project for us, and the predictive model there would also be useful, I think, for other domains, for other industries. And it goes the other way around too. We are very happy to learn from our colleagues. So where are we applying AI at the moment? We are executing more than 50 projects with AI involvement, and I would like to briefly describe some of them. In our case, AI is already adopted in production and non-production processes. is helping the dispatcher to manage the fleet. The effect that we saw is 20% reduction in downtime for a transit carriage.
And when it is scaled through the entire network, the effect is fantastic. This is a very important part of the project, which is called the digital train station. It's the creation, we're talking about the creation of the station where all operations are done without manual work, without humans. Robots, physical and programmable, are going to be part of that, and AI is obviously going through the train station management in all areas. Elbrus, that's a digital service that helps to use AI to build the optimal traffic schedules. And the planner, who is putting up the schedule, does not need to set up the parameters, because all of that is done by AI. Driverless trains. We had a project several weeks ago. We showed the Lastochka train. That was a driverless train. We really hope that next year we will be able to have first passengers on the driverless trains. We are ready to do that. Actually, we're testing these trains in Moscow, these driverless trains. Now, the maneuver locomotives. Now, these gathering locomotives are going to use AI as well, and we hope that it is going to be done. Now, we have another solution where we use computer vision to understand if there are any defects, and we say that it detects the problems. In terms of the effects I talked about, the implementation of this, the first pilot implementation of this technology actually delivered the ROI that was 2 times higher than the investments. So that's a very good project. Now, working with customers, we're using speech services here quite actively. We're talking about internal customers and the voice notes from the locomotive drivers. The comments from the drivers were usually written down by hand and put in the journal. Now it's all done in voice services. The driver just voices the problem, and it is automatically recognized and is automatically uploaded to the information systems that work with these comments. Working with our customers, with the passengers, is also a very important part of our work, and it is also done by AI. It is processed by AI. Almost the robots, based on the voice services, are processing 50% of the user and client applications. Now, as for working with HR, 700,000 people working in our company and 1 million in our holding. That means that working with a team determines our efficiency. We think that people is our main asset, so this is why we're focusing on HR and on technologies that we use to work with the people. So we have implemented AI in hiring processes across the country. Now, robots are calling the potential candidates, 8,000 calls per month. And these robots, they understand when to call, when it's better to call, based on the time zone differences. And the robot gives the first information, like about the schedule, about the type of work, and so on and so forth. And that really saves a lot of time. Another system, another AI software, is the system for the scheduling of the operations for our employees. With the computer vision, we are able to standardize the technology transactions and operations, and that helps to decrease the load on HR, and putting the schedules is very important here. Creating schedules is a very important task that we do, and computer vision helps to optimize our efforts here. To develop this service, and we're talking about controlling these operations, I mean, we train AI to make sure that these or that transactions are being delivered properly, are being executed properly, and based on the information like that, we plan, we are making the decisions that we need to make. Now, HR is the cornerstone of our success. That goes the same for the if we talk about the entire digital transformation of our country. So we train, we invest a lot in the training of our employees and in growing digital competences and skills within our company. We have around 10,000 employees that go through the digital competency training every year, and they also train in AI. And this continuous learning and training process is one of the major principles of digital transformation. We also understand very well that time goes by very quickly, and the school kids and the students in universities will be these talented, energized young people who we would love to hire. This is why we work with schools. We have 6 centers, special centers, where we work with the kids. We also actively work with the serious R&D center and with the college and institute, have our own lab where we give lectures to kids, and it's really encouraging that we see the kids, they're not kids anymore, by the way, I mean, they used they looked at our cases and they were hired by us. That's very important for us. Sirius has the branch #1, the main branch of our digital solution center, and we work on digital solutions as well as AI. And we're talking about standardization, Valera 2.0, that's our voice assistant. And I talked about this voice assistant that really helps. Anyway, this is our training system. So we trained Valera to talk. We gave this kind of the railroad Bible to this assistant, which is the railroad maintenance book. That's the main book we have. Now, energy, electricity, communications, all of that is included in the book, and all of these areas are being now digitized with AI, and Sirius has a dedicated lab where our experts search for the new AI applications and develop them, but we do not focus on ourselves only. We have our scientific and R&D complex that also created the driverless solution for Lastочка train. We have a lot of R&D teams and scientific teams, so we're quite confident, but we understand that the market is developing very actively and rapidly, so we work a lot with the universities and with technical universities of Russia, and we are ready to continue that cooperation. And it's very important not to limit ourselves only with our company or even the industry. The inter-industry cooperation is of critical importance, and I think that this will this will pave the way for the success to the AI transformation. So we don't have time, but we have a lot of things to do, and I do hope that we work together to resolve all these challenges. Thank you very much. Thank you for the mobility opportunities that you create for the Russians living in Russia.